So I have Ralph Penny here with Ralph Penny and Associates. I would love to learn a little bit more about your business. We've been knowing each other now for a few years, and would love to hear about your journey. What led you where you are today?
Oh, well, thank you, Audrey. I mean, I've been a very satisfied customer of VentureX, approaching 3 years because I first arrived here in October of 23. Uh, and interestingly, I first began my Allstate career back in 1983 when I joined the Allstate company. I was a claims representative, but after 4 years, I decided to explore other opportunities, and I went and joined their agency services and to sell the products that we offer. My journey that brought me to insurance led all the way back to college, where I studied risk management and insurance at the University of Wisconsin. And I had a degree that was very specialized in risk management and insurance. So not too many people get to do what they actually studied in college.
At the truth.
So that led me to first open up my very first office, and it was a very similar business entity model that VentureX has, like a venture co-share, co-working, whatever you want to call it. I started that back in 1987, and I was at that location, and I would have stayed at that location, but they had a thing in San Antonio called the Tri-City Project, and they tore up every street around me, and I could hardly get into my own building.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yes.
San Antonio is known for that construction.
Yes. And then at that time, the company told us you need to go retail. They wanted to be in strip centers and wanted to have that exposure in the neighborhoods that we served. So I went off to the Northwest, where a lot of my customer base was located, and we were in a retail strip center for the last 27, 30 years.
I didn't know that. That's a long time.
And so what happened was, full circle, after COVID hit, a lot of people wanted to work remotely. And so when the office environment that I had a pretty large office, a lot of desks, but half of them were working from home and half were coming to the office. And as faith would have it in timing, the location I was at came up for a renewal of my lease. And so I either had to stay there or buy the building.
Oh, wow.
And buying the building at my age probably wasn't the most prudent thing to do. And so I started researching, and I stumbled upon VentureX. And it was like a breath of like a great memory from the past, because my experience in working in this type of environment was very positive. Some of the relationships I had from back in '87 are still with me today. And locations like this lend itself to networking with people from different industries. The friendships that develop, the networking opportunities have been just something that I welcomed back into my life. So I came kind of full circle to where I started, because I used to tell people that environment was actually my favorite environment. And as somebody who just recently renewed their lease, I would not have renewed if I wasn't a very satisfied customer, because they do provide superior service here at VentureX, and the people are what makes a difference. It's the thing that we do in our business. We sell insurance and financial products, and we know that our customers' retention is the most important critical thing, because people who are satisfied are going to stay, and that's what we always strive for. And y'all have the same mindset, and we're both aligned, and I've met some great people here who have become great friends, and many of them customers.
So glad to hear that, and I appreciate all the kind words about VentureX. I have also been a satisfied customer for 2.5 years. I have my car insurance and my home mortgage as a first-time home buyer, both of those with you, and I feel like they're really great prices. So we're pretty happy with that. And I also wanted to mention about your the topic that you said about networking events. How excited are you to be our speaker for this month's Last Thursday's networking breakfast?
Very, very interesting challenge to be the first one for 2026. So I look very forward to this opportunity to share a lot of the our journey of where we've been in the industry and in the business, because, insurance is what a lot of people have referred to as a necessary evil. And I say that jokingly because I really strongly believe in the products and the services that we offer. Many people, you wouldn't want to be seen driving out there without insurance or buying a home without insurance. So the products that we have are I don't care who you're insured with. It's expensive. It's expensive.
It
I
is
don't
what
care
it
who you are,
is.
but it's a service. So it can be expensive if you don't have the right protection. Finding yourself in a situation of having a loss that you're not covered for doesn't make that $20 to $50 a month savings to switch worth it. But sometimes we learn after the fact. But our job is to basically take a holistic view at a customer and see where we might be a value for them and their protection. But getting back to our decision to renew and stay here, it's just great to have these events that y'all host every month, and then the networking opportunities, not just the speaker opportunities, because we all learn from each other, and that's a cool thing, and that's the type of place that y'all operate here. It lends itself to relationships, and that's what I'm into, relationship business. We become very close to families and businesses, and that trusted relationship is critical, as we all know. And I trust y'all, and I'm glad you trust us, and we do appreciate your business. Whether we saved you money or not, it's whether we make you have that peace of mind. Peace of mind is what we do.
I did get pulled over the other day, and I had car insurance, so I think you definitely saved me a car insurance ticket.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, but one big thing that I wanted to mention was the customer service that y'all offer here. Being in such a positive atmosphere, Lupe and Justin, they've always been so great at helping me. I mean, when it comes up for renewal, they're communicative. They let me know. They're a text away or literally a walk away. And I can just go pop in and say, hey, and ask them any questions I may have, which I've had lots of questions. Being a first-time homeowner, it's like, oh, well, what about this? And what about that? And is this covered? And if this happens, what happens in this situation? While before, a while back, I used Amex Insurance, and they were a retail spot, and I would pop in and, ask them my questions, but they never answered their phones. You couldn't text them, and they definitely weren't a walk away. I had to go drive over there and physically park. So having that here on site, just having access to that for me personally has been really nice. Made it a little bit easier to value having it. I was that person who had no car insurance for a very long time.
Yeah.
Super irresponsible. But I was really happy whenever I met Lupe and Justin, and they both were like, hey, you really need to get car insurance. And then shortly after that, I bought my first house, and then I came to them after struggling with another individual with the home insurance because I had all these trees over my house. And I mean, I got approved so quickly, got it all taken care of so quickly, and I had no stress behind it anymore. And so that was really satisfying for me personally. And so would love for the rest of our members to know that you guys are here, that you're available, and that you're not just available to sell a service to, but to come in, have a smile, and have somebody you can rely on and respond really quickly too, like super quickly. There's a whole login process to get your what is that called? Your car insurance little
ID card?
Your ID card, right?
Yes,
and then
yes.
it's like, oh, my password, I can't remember it, and I'm trying to reset it, but it's on my husband's email, and it's a whole debacle. And so I just like, Justin, can I get my ID card? And he texted me right away. And it's like, it's just so sweet to have that. And so that's what we're trying to do here at Venture X is build a community, have other individuals, different types of companies, all be able to come and work together, be able to build on one another for success. And I see that every day, not just in myself and having the car insurance and the home insurance and having the access to that, but also other individuals as well, taking advantage of the good customer service and services that you guys have to offer.
Well, that's very kind of you to mention, and I'm glad you mentioned it because those members of our team, Justin, Lupe here locally, and then we have a remote people with Tammy and Carmen, and we're having a new addition to join us.
Who's the new addition?
Yeah, a new addition coming on that we'll have to get her onboarded with you guys. But we're excited because, they are the most critical part of our agency. They are an extension of myself because they have to reflect my values, and they can do some amazing things. Technology, they do far superior to me. Everybody does far superior to me in technology, but the team that we've assembled and continue to grow, I solicited their input, to be honest with you. I asked them, is this environment someplace where you feel that you can survive and thrive? We don't want to just survive, but we want to get better.
Yeah.
Is this conducive to forming that possibility of growing? And they all gave a thumbs up. They said, VentureX. I said, do you want me to go back to retail? We can go strip center. We can do all these things. And they said, no, we like the events that they have here. We're not sitting there in a retail spot that we only see people that we work with. And not that we don't like the people that we work with, but it's nice to be able to interact with all the many fine folks. We've met so many good people here. I mean, I could go on and on and on of all the different relationships we have, and I'm happy to say that I've gained a lot of friends, and there's always room for good friends and good relationships. So I thank y'all for providing an environment for a business to continue. And after 40 plus years in the industry, it gives me some energy. I feed off the energy of some of the startup companies that come in here to see their excitement. And, excitement is contagious.
It is.
And it's fun to see that new people with new opportunities, and sometimes we're able to advise them and help them in their insurance needs, or just even becoming their customer.
Yeah.
We exchange services with each other, and that's a good thing. They always say, go with who you know. Go with who you know. Be that way you have that relationship already.
I love that. Well, I would love to hear more about what's in store for the future for Ralph Pena Associates.
That's a great question, and I've actually been working with the attorneys as we transition myself as with 40-something years. I didn't start when I was 1, but as you can tell, I'm definitely beyond the 60s, and Medicare is a good thing to be on. But at the same time, our entity will continue. I made all the legal arrangements, and I'll still be involved. I'm still here. I'm still a phone call away, a text away, what have you. But we're slowly transitioning Justin into a key man position. He's been a very solid employee, just like everyone. There's always going to be opportunities to get bigger and better. Not bigger just for the sake of getting bigger, but we want to give these opportunities to as many new associates as we can, but not forget the relationship part. When you stop knowing the customers, it changes things. We want and value their relationships. We value the privilege that they give us to serve them. It's a two-way street. We got to be good for them. They got to be good for us. It has to be a mutually beneficial relationship. And that's, we're not the insurance company for everybody, but we are the insurance company for many people. And we want to take care of people now and in the future. And sometimes our relationships have to stop or be in pause. But one of our greatest source, and I'd have to say our greatest source of clients come from our win-backs, people who may have left. But we don't close the door. Relationships are meant to keep the door open because sometimes it isn't the right time for one reason or another. But the greatest source of our new business comes from people who've done business with us in the past. And it's such a thing that I take a lot of pride in, for people who don't want to leave us, but temporarily, maybe the situation or the conditions where maybe the home was not in a condition that needed some repairs or what have you, or their driving record needed to get cleaned up. And but we don't close the doors. It's all about staying connected and them wanting to come back, but we bring them back at the right timing, and that's why using technology to follow up with people, learning a lot from so many people in here about branding, marketing, all these different things that I've improved significantly because of my relationship with VentureX.
Thank you so much for saying that. You've showed me a little bit more about the technology side of things in your everyday operations. And I would love just to copycat it all. I love how when you guys get a phone call in, or if a client comes walking into VentureX and our receptionist greets them, it goes to the whole team. Whoever's first comes and grabs it. I mean, it is so quick and efficient and thorough. And you can tell that over 40 years you have perfected it. So I'll give you kudos to that, because I'm in the process of making some changes in our internal operations to reflect that as well.
Wow.
And I think as a business owner, and on the operations side of things, it's always about constant improvement and making it work for you and work for your team so that they can work better. Worry about the things that actually really matter, like building the relationships and, having those opportunities to win people back. So I have to say, yeah, kudos to you for the operation side of things. It looks, from what you've shown me, it looks like it's working very, very efficiently. So yeah, it's very good.
Well, it might sound like a small thing, but when I was out in a retail environment and strip center, this may sound silly, but obviously I was responsible for making sure the coffee was there, the water was there, even the toilet paper was there. It's as silly as that sound. Y'all relieved me of all those things, the cleaning, the janitorial service, everything. As a business owner, I don't need to be dealing with that. Our employees don't need to be dealing with that. They're licensed professionals doing their job. Their job isn't to throw out the trash. Y'all took that off of our plate. So we gained time and energy to focus on the important thing, which is serving our customers and being available to them and not going to Costco to go replenish our water or go get some of the, I tell you, I love your coffee. As silly as it's great coffee. And even when our clients come in, I tell you, they are quite impressed with this location and how y'all have developed the lobby area with the coffee and the views. They're quite impressed and think like, this is a major step up. And I said, I agree. I really liked it. That's what attracted me to this place. The location and the people. Y'all have been excellent to us, and we look forward for many years to come.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Rob.